like what 6:06 I'm seeing, like 6:06. Yeah. Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV and life from a mental health perspective. Myself as a mental health counselor. All right. I came to a realization today that for some weird reason I had never come to before at previous times in my life. And I'll tell you what that realization is. When I first started in the mental health field in 2013, it was a switch up. It was a change up from what I had done before in my life. So I got my business administration degree in school, and coming into the mental health field, hi Nash. Coming into the mental health field, I was brand new, so it was like getting offered a position in the mental health field. You're starting from the ground up, regardless of having a business degree. If they're hiring you without experience, hi Marshall, you're gonna get the lowest bottom of the barrel offer that you can get. And I did. I still remember that particular job, and they were paying me $11 an hour for that job, which was slightly more than minimum wage. And like, everybody starts somewhere, so they weren't wrong for paying me that salary, although I was still overqualified, I feel like, for even that position. But the experience piece, they can always catch you on the experience piece, right? So I did that job, and I did that job very well, and I quickly became the most liked counselor in that program. Everybody wanted to speak to me, attend my groups, all of that. They said that they want me to have more groups. I got more groups because the demand for me was so high at that particular place. So I felt like they were pretty much getting a bargain bin. That's how I felt at that time. I remember the program director of that particular place, which was like the highest position for that program, said to me that if I had my master's degree, which was the requirement to be the program director, that when she retires from that position, which was going to be soon, that she would recommend for me to be in that position that she was leaving as program director. And I was like, program director? Like, that's not me. I'm not that type of leader. I'm not that type of person. I'm just the one who wants to do my job and go home. But she said, no, Mark, you possess a lot of leadership qualities. She said, you're cool under pressure. People gravitate towards you. You're a great problem solver. And I see you eventually doing something much more than what you're doing here. This is just a starting point. And I didn't feel that way. I just felt like I'm only in this counseling position because of my own mental health issues. And the fact that, I came into this program seeking help. And then one of the people that was a counselor in the program said, I can see you being a counselor, and recommended for me to do the certification work. And I ended up liking the certification work, and then I tried it out, as a counselor. And what's that speaking? I don't know what that means either, but bye. Yeah, so that was my feeling at that time. I went on from there to become like a full-time counselor at a mental health clinic, and I worked for Blue Cross Blue Shield, which I know that y'all know of. It's probably, I think it's something like on the Forbes list as the 6th most profitable insurance company in the United States. Let's see. I worked for a multi-billion-dollar hospital corporation here. Like, so when I came into this company, I say all that to say, I'm not even saying that to brag, but I say all that to say that when I came into this company that I'm working with now, when I got the call that they wanted to interview me, the HR person clearly told me, your resume is extremely impressive. And when it came across my desk and I showed the program director, they said, call this person immediately. I didn't think anything of that because, I was needing a job and I didn't care why they called me or how they felt about me. I'm just like, do your best to secure this job. That's all I was thinking. Secure the job, secure the job, secure the job. When I went in to meet the program director, and the program director was like, basically telling me that they're lucky that I even was willing to interview for the position, and told me upon our first meeting, I am going to offer you this position on the spot, which had never happened to me before. I was just like, oh, yes, like, this is great. I got offered a position on the spot. I need a position, so they get what they want, I get what I want. But once I actually started working in the position, I started to realize what has been the case for the last several companies that I have worked for, and it is that I am extremely overqualified for the spot. There was a crisis that happened in the building today. They didn't tell me the details that I needed to know. They just told me, hey, can you do such and such group today? And I was like, okay, sure, no problem. I mean, they told me that I was not going to be running a group until April, that I was going to spend this whole month training. But they came to me like, aimbot, like, I'm sorry, aimbot, but I don't think your intentions are good, so you're gone. Okay. They came to me like 2 minutes before the group starts. Hey, we have an emergency situation, and can you lead the group? I'm like, what's the group about? What am I supposed to talk about? Like, I don't know anything about anything at this point. I'm still in my first week. But lucky for them, I can do things like this in my sleep because I've been doing it for 12 years. And the stuff that I'm doing here is the stuff that I was doing when I started in the mental health field 12 years ago. So it's easy. And there was actually a crisis that took place in that group. They were trying to talk to me afterwards, like, how do you feel? Do you need to decompress? Like, don't worry about it. It's, these types of things don't usually happen that way, but it was just like, I have experienced almost everything there is to experience in this field, to be honest with you. So what happened today, yeah, it invoked a little bit of stress, but it was also like, been there, done that, seen this, no big deal. I'm feeling like the roles that I should be in at this stage of my life, if I'm to stay in the 9 to 5 workforce, should be leadership roles, because that's who I feel like I am. I've ran from that for many years because I'm like, leaders get more responsibility, and I just want to come in there and not have to lead anybody. But the problem for me is that when people tell me things that don't make sense, when people tell me to do things that don't make sense, when people just tell me this is the rule doesn't make sense, and they don't tell me the why. Oh, we have all these meetings that are above your head, and that's why this became a rule. That's not good enough for me. I would like to know why. I would like to be a part of the process. I'd like to be part of the administrative meeting. I mean, I didn't get a business degree for nothing, and I feel like I've just been wasting it. My brain has been wasting away doing these things that are way too easy for me, that I'm way overqualified for, and everyone knows it. The last 8 interviews that I have done have resulted in 8 job offers. Why? I mean, you could say that it's because I interview well. I'm not trying to take that away from myself. I mean, I'm sure that I interview well, but I also don't think that I am the most polished interviewer in the world. Hunter Trail is gone from the channel. Anyways, I don't think it's because I'm the most polished interviewer in the world, I think I give good interviews, but I think that they really be looking at my resume, and then when they meet me, they're like, this guy does not know his worth. This guy does not know what he's capable of. For those who watch sports, I feel like I left the NBA and went into the G League. I'm not going to say there's that much of a disparity of like pay or whatever, but just in terms of, I was doing really high level, high intensity things over the last 5 years, and then jumped into a place where they're doing the basics and asking me, am I okay? Like, is that too much for me? I'm like, is it too much? It's too little. Like, I don't like the feeling of being at work and feeling like I'm utilizing 1% of my brain power to do the job that I have to do. It's like, I know that a lot of people don't know what these mental health rehabilitation programs are like, but to me, they're like glorified adult daycares. That's what they are to me, and you don't need any kind of degree to do that kind of work. You just have to be good with dealing with people and dealing with their personalities, and it's like, I didn't go to school for that. I mean, that's an innate ability that I have that I didn't need any school for. Now, you couple that with my educational background and the amount of job experience that I have, which is a lot, I should be doing things that are way bigger than this. And the places my mind is going. And I know that earlier this week I was like, they treat me good, they talk to me good. The the environment is positive. All I don't have a problem with any of the people in the building or anything like that. My supervisor is still a nice person. Like all that stuff still holds true. I'm a straight shooter. None of that has changed. But I feel like I'm destined for bigger things, and it hurt my soul. I can't explain this to people. It's not something that can be explained to people who are not walking in my shoes. It hurts my soul to sit in things that I feel like are way less than what I'm capable of, and to just kind of shrink myself to the environment, which is what I feel like I've done for so much of my life, and I don't want to do anymore. So I have a lot of thinking to do. I have a lot of soul searching to do. And I just know that what I'm doing now, this is not it for me. It can't be. It can't be. I'm tired. And it's not because of them. If I had found this place 10 years ago, I would have been like, let's work my way up. Like, let me, figure out how to make this work, so and so on and so forth. But I'm past that point, man. I'm way past that point. So that's all I got. I'm headed to this Traders finale party. I'm gonna be late. Wasn't feeling well today. Still not really feeling well, but I make sacrifices for this page. So I know that we probably are not gonna watch it together, especially because it's not like a live TV thing, and they just upload it onto the app about 9 p.m. And it may be something that I end up having to watch again. But my goal going into that Traders finale, watch party, is to go there and to meet hopefully some of the cast. I don't know who's going to be there. That's the only thing. The cast is, I know Aza's hosting it. And I know it says Aza and Friends. And normally she has a cast list. She didn't have a cast list this time. So I can't tell you who I'm going to see. But I'm hopeful or hoping that some cast members show up. And so I can talk to them and ask them some questions and so on and so forth. So we'll see. It will all work out, but hang in there. Thanks, Nash. And thanks for joining me. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to get notified when I drop some more great content. Thank you all, and have a good evening. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be on later.